Previously on Big Brother, Hardy won this week's head of household.
Yay!
And vowed revenge on the Chilltown Alliance.
Get this out of my house.
Hardy made good on his promise. He nominated Will and Shannon.
Shannon, I nominated you, and Will, I nominated you.
And put the happy couple in a very difficult position.
I refuse to fight Shannon. I love her.
Sweetheart, you told me not to be upset, and I'm doing good, but I can't see you like this.
It was a week of romance and revenge.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I think I'm gonna go clean the toilet.
Shannon took Hardy's toothbrush and scrubbed the toilet.
I'm sure your friends and family are really proud of your actions.
It was a week of dissension.
He's not going to tell me how to act or who I like and who I don't like.
I think it was Bunky who came up with the name Top. The other people. As far as I'm concerned, Krista is not a member of Top.
There's always that doubt in my mind as to where she stands or if she's trying to stand on both sides.
And a week of introspection.
Everybody hates me. I'm a complete moron. I'm a self-centered, egotistical, complete psycho.
This has turned me into an ugly person, man.
Who will be evicted? Shannon is sure she's out.
I'm leaving on Thursday.
But will her housemates play her game?
She's so sure she's going to go out, and Will's so sure he's going to stay in. I almost feel like making Shannon stay here, and she may just completely lose her mind.
And how will the Big Brother couple deal with their forced breakup?
If you ask for something, you're gonna get it. If you put two people up against each other who care about each other, the other one's gonna come back and try to stab you in the heart twice as hard.
Big Brother begins now.
Good evening and welcome to Big Brother. It's day 26 inside the Big Brother house behind me. Of the original 12 house guests, 9 remain. Last Thursday, Hardy won head of household. He nominated 2 of his housemates for eviction, Will, the doctor from Miami Beach, and Shannon, the realtor from San Antonio. In the next hour, one of these 2 will be evicted, and later, another house guest will succeed Hardy as head of household. Hardy makes no secret he wants to break the Chilltown Alliance. He says he doesn't like how Will, Shannon, and Mike are playing the game. But Shannon is playing her own game. Since her nomination, she has tried to take control of her destiny by asking her housemates to vote her out. Just one problem. Hardy still holds the power. As head of household, he casts the deciding vote in case of a tie. And he has other ideas how Shannon should go.
Make sure that you vote for me. I don't want it to be Hardy being able to decide who leaves.
She's trying to take the power away from Hardy.
Every dog has their day, and he's had his.
She basically said, it doesn't mean that these people don't like me, it's just that they did me a favor because that's what I told them to do. Whatever.
He's already had enough of his little power trip.
She's so sure she's going to go out, and Will's so sure he's going to stay in.
Who votes again this week? Is it even and the head of household doesn't matter?
It's 3-3.
The head of household doesn't, okay.
Head of household will have to break the vote.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can make it go the other way simply to make it not go her way.
They've seen what a psycho bitch I can be, that I think I have secured that pretty well, that they'll vote me out of the house.
If we keep her in here, Mike will have to deal with not having his boyfriend, and so will Shannon.
I think people will vote to evict me just because they're scared and stupid.
They keep hinting like everybody's plotting against me and they're gonna vote you out.
They probably are.
Why would they do that to me after me being the raving lunatic all week?
I'd at least like it to come down to 3-3. That way I have a say in it and I can put that in her face. Let me talk to Monica, and we'll go from there.
I ain't never been to the HOH room.
Oh, you haven't?
Uh-uh.
Let me show you around. I was wondering if you would be willing to cast your vote for Will. And I want to see if Bunky and Kent will do the same. And I think everyone else is going to vote for Shannon, so it'd be 3-3. I want to have the last vote.
Okay, well, let me think about it because...
You don't have to give me an answer
No,
now, but whenever you get a chance.
Okay. Come back in your room for a second. I just had a thought.
Would you like some strawberries?
Would you have barbecue Lay's potato chips?
Ooh, they're all yours.
Now, that sounds good and all to me, and I hear you. Now, I got to consider myself in this game, too. I know I'm a target for Will anyway.
Okay.
So I choose Will to go out.
If you vote for Will, Bunky votes for Will, I get to be the one to be like, oh, that would be sweet. Will, Shannon. She's not the man. Yeah. Why am I a coward?
Because of your jealousy of Will and I.
Why would I be jealous of you and Will? I don't like you or you. And I want all three of you to know it. I'm coming at you.
Tonight's two nominees, Will and Shannon. No matter which one leaves, one thing's for sure. Their courtship inside the house is about to end. What will become of their relationship outside the house remains to be seen. The other night, the house came together to make a special evening for the two.
Will you go out on a date with me? Yeah?
I'd really like that. Shannon asked me out on a date. It was an aggressive move.
We know each other quite well now, but oh my God, this is like the first date. Nicole's like, okay, I'll cook something good, and Monica's like, okay, I'll wait on you and everything, so it was like kind of cute. Will came out looking all stunning as always. And we went outside.
I'm very nervous. It's been a while since I'm on a date. It's such a beautiful woman. Yeah.
It's been a while, huh?
She's made me, in many ways, a softer, more caring human. I know that's difficult to believe in 3 weeks.
Our gangly crew came out and brought us our meal.
That's lovely.
This would be for you.
All right, then.
Oh, who's better than you guys?
Look at this. If you
Need anything else, please summon.
Absolutely. It was very sweet of you to ask me out.
I know. It seems to be like becoming a habit with me.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I'm glad you think so. Look at the moon.
It's beautiful, right?
Isn't it pretty? Couldn't be any more perfect.
I think the date for Will and Shannon was very important because they have met and are in the process of falling in love.
You have beautiful hair.
But now that they're both nominated, it's a guarantee that one of them is going to go. And, you know, I think it was cool that Will and Shannon just got to be alone because in this house, there is virtually no time to be alone.
What qualities do you look for in a boy when you're on a date?
Well, the first quality I look for in a man is attitude, intelligence.
Duh.
Would never go out with anybody who smoked.
Of course. My relationship with Shannon is independent of this show, and as it is right now, it's very strong, it's very positive. I think Shannon's a wonderful girl, and I have high hopes for us.
We've learned a lot about each other on a personal level, and hopefully that'll only make us stronger outside of here.
Oh, we were in the hot tub, and I purposely didn't kiss you. I missed you, and then I went around, and then I looked over, and you were kind of, I thought for a second you were going to be like, listen, you missed me.
You forgot Shannon!
I think that was the moment I was in love.
Then you knew? The beauty of this entire situation is realizing that there are things that are a lot more important than money, you know, and then fame, and that's having someone in your life who you care about.
I would rate our date as perfect, a perfect 10.
Tonight is eviction night. The game began 12 house guests strong. Of the 9 who remain, 6 cast their votes to evict. The nominees, Will and Shannon, are not permitted to vote, and Hardy, as head of household, votes only in the event of a tie. All votes are cast in secret in the diary room. Mike is the first to vote.
It's a difficult week. Shannon is one of the nominees, and this was a girl that obviously caught my eye when we first showed up the very first day. I thought maybe she was just using Will to get in with Chilltown and come along for the ride, but I feel like I've really gotten to know her. The other nominee this week is Will. Unfortunately, it's 2 of my closest friends here in the house. She rocked 30 bathing suits that were oh so teeny. I'm really gonna miss this girl and her fly bikinis. Although it feels like I'm shooting a friend with a cannon, I gotta keep Will, so Mike Boogie votes to evict Shannon.
Welcome back to Big Brother. In a house with so many divisions, Krista has somehow found a way to align herself with no one, yet befriending everyone. The men in particular seem to have developed a special interest in Krista. Maybe it's strategy, maybe they're just smitten.
I'm Krista. I'm from Louisiana. I'm 28.
What part of Louisiana?
Opelousas.
Ooh.
I came in, I was the country girl from Louisiana. Basically, they didn't think I knew too much, and now it's like there's a haze of wonder.
I know that Hardy really, really digs Krista.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I definitely see a look in his eye.
I think that Krista is very sexy and very funny and very attractive, but I think the thing that stands out to me most is her personality.
I think Krista uses her sexuality in a way. She does kid around a lot with the guys.
When I first got here, I was really attracted to Krista.
Thank you very much. Happy birthday to you, too.
I'm happy that I'm spending it with the prettiest girl in the house with the biggest heart.
Mike, are you really trying to hit on the Krista girl or what?
Yeah. I like her. Hey, Nicole, do you want a spoon?
Do I want a spoon?
Yeah, Krista doesn't trust me with a fully clothed spoon.
Dude, don't let Krista fool you. If you start spooning Nicole, she'll flip out.
I made a play last night for a little platonic spoon. I figure, that's the way to go. We got two young, beautiful women, one married, one not. I think the married woman should take the single bed, and that's right, I will take the wall. Here we go. Right here. Krista, would you just
He wants to spoon with me, which is basically sleep in the same bed with me.
Within 10 days will be the first kiss.
You think I should kiss Boogie? At this point in the game, there's no time for relationships or anything like that.
It's time now to talk with the house guests. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Julie.
How's everyone doing tonight?
Fabulous.
Mike, if it's okay with you, I'm going to flirt with Krista tonight. Hi, Krista.
I've been doing it all week. It's pretty fun.
Hi, Krista. How are you?
Hi, Julie. Fine.
You were last week's head of household. So how do you think Hardy did this past week?
I think Hardy did a great job. Everybody has to eventually make their nominations, and it's something he had to live with, so I agree. He did a great job.
It's a tough position, isn't it?
Very tough.
Hardy's going, oh, yeah. Yeah?
Long week.
Yeah. Nicole.
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Now, last week when we spoke during the live show,
Yeah.
you told me you wanted to be head of household so badly that you could taste it.
Yes.
Now,
This is the same this week.
oh, it is. You answered my question. Even though it was such a rough week on Hardy and in the entire house?
Oh, listen, I work in a bar, sister. It can't be worse than that. I'm telling you right now.
All right, so you still want to be chief in there?
I will be chief in just a few minutes.
Ooh, we will see during the live competition, won't we?
Better work, girl.
Bunky and Kent.
God.
You knew your time was coming, Bunky. You knew I had to pick on you for a few minutes.
Oh, sure. Go ahead, Julie.
Well, I want to ask the two of you the same question. I mean, no one would have predicted that the two of you would become fast friends, but you did. What did the two of you attribute it to? Bunky, why don't you go first?
It's hard not to be friends with Kent because he's such a hunk of a man. And I've been looking for a sugar daddy for a long time. No, in all seriousness, Rocky Top is a really nice guy, and he's shown me a lot of respect, and I hope I've done the same to him. And we have to live together, so we might as well make the best of it. And I think we have.
Kent, what do you have to say?
He's a lot like my former husband.
Daddy, you taught him well, Bob.
Bunky is a super guy. He's sensitive. He's a generous sort. He's a lot of fun, and it's hard not to be friends with him. So.
Okay, well said, gentlemen. Shannon and Will, as this week's two nominees, what are your thoughts tonight? Shannon, you go first.
I think it's been the easiest nomination week thus far. I think everybody got along pretty well the last couple days. There's been no tension the last couple of days, and it's, I think, been a good week.
Will, do you agree with that?
Julie, for me, this has been a tough week. These are dangerous days, and without the support of my friends here and my friends at home, including Ian, Chris, Alon, Evan, Gene, Al, Andy, and Howie, I don't know how I would have made it.
Don't forget Smoke Fire.
And yeah, and it's been tough. It's been tough.
Well, what's been the toughest part for you, Will?
Wow, so many things have been tough. I think that, you know, it looks fun. We're outside in the hot tub, we're playing around, but there's a lot of downtime, and we have a lot of boredom here. So there's only so much you can do in this house. It's a closed environment, and we make the most of it, but I get kind of bored.
Okay. But Shannon, it was totally fine for you this week.
Well, I mean, we got along great. We got everything out in the open. And
But there was a lot of tension when you put everything out in the open, no?
Yeah, there is, but I think we handled it pretty well. We've been good the last couple of days, which has been better than the last couple of weeks, I think. And, you know.
Krista gave everybody haircuts.
You know, well, I have to have Hardy weigh in on this. Do you agree with what Shannon just said?
Not completely, but...
Wait, what a surprise, the two of you don't agree?
Yeah.
No.
Her perception of this past week obviously greatly differs from my own. Although I must admit that the past 2 days have been more than amicable. And I think that we've all done our best to kind of just come together and understand, you know, this really is just a game. And, you know, we're all kind of stuck here. We all signed on for the same thing. And for everyone to understand that.
That's right, it is just a game. All right. Thank you, house guests. I'll be back in just a few.
Bye, Julie. Bye, Julie.
Bye. As you've seen, Shannon has 1 vote for eviction. Will, none. So far, we've heard from Mike, the only member of Chilltown who gets to vote. He has voted to evict Shannon. Will Krista vote the same way? Let's go back to the diary room as Krista tells us who she thinks should go.
Will's a trip. He's made a lot of enemies in the house, so it's kind of hard for anybody to want him to stay here. Shannon is a very interesting person. She's about being positive, but she throws out a lot of negative. I vote to evict Shannon.
Welcome back to Big Brother. We've seen many sides to Will and Shannon in the 3 short weeks they've lived in the house. But who are Will and Shannon? Well, tonight, we talk to the 2 women who know them best, their mothers.
Does this look like a wig or what?
One of Will's faults is the same thing that his brother and I have. We all have a problem with big hair.
You know, your hair's not big today.
It doesn't get much bigger than this. What is going on there?
The nastiness that I perceive from the other players is that they are intimidated and that they are jealous. The person that you're seeing on television is not a true representation of Will. He adores animals. He's respectful and polite. I think he's playing his game as Evil Will, because I think if you love somebody or you hate them, at least you arouse emotion in them.
Shannon, I nominated you, and Will, I nominated you.
I don't think that Will would ever just tank and give up.
I was nominated this
He's a lion. He's tenacious. There are still so many people that dislike him and want him out.
I'm gonna rebound and work on my hitting skills.
I just wish him the best.
Shannon's funny and witty, and you know, she can be a lot of fun. Maybe sometimes she doesn't mean to hurt somebody's feelings, but she does it. That's just her personality. Shannon's strategy started to change, I think, when she started getting in with the guys and kind of isolating herself from the women. You know, she's not into the smoking and sitting around and talking girl things.
Yeah.
There it is.
I think she feels like she needs to get closer to the people, you know, that she's made, I guess, enemies with.
But Hardy, for you to sit over there and say this is nothing personal is blatant lies again.
I think I'm gonna go clean the toilet.
When Shannon cleaned the toilet with Hardy's toothbrush, that was probably payback big time. I'm proud of Shannon on that one. That'd be something I'd do. I think Shannon still can win the whole thing if she plays her cards right.
Will and Shannon have become a house item. forcing Shannon to face some tough decisions about her boyfriend at home.
I guess some of the most difficult things are seeing how she's interacting with Will. I don't like Will. He doesn't look like the type that Shannon would go with. I can't believe that she would trade Jim for him.
This is I'm gonna comb my hair when I meet your parents.
What makes you think you're gonna meet my parents?
Because you love me.
I'm hoping that she doesn't try to bring him home to meet Mom and Dad.
I could see him bringing her to the house for dinner.
I wouldn't be surprised if Will hooked up with somebody else if Shannon got evicted off the show.
If Shannon gets out, I think Will put a move on Krista.
Let's talk to the person responsible for nominating Will and Shannon. Hardy is sitting alone in his private room on his last night as this week's head of household. Hi, Hardy.
Hi, Julie. How are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Just a reminder now, the other house guests cannot hear our conversation, so you can speak candidly, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Now, just now, when I was talking to the group, there were a lot of smiles out there, but let's face it, there's been a lot of tension this week.
Absolutely, without a doubt.
Now, with that in mind, do you have any regrets about nominating Will or Shannon for eviction?
No, not necessarily. My whole modus operandi was to begin knocking down so-called Chilltown, and that basically started about 2 weeks ago when things went down with Autumn and Mike, what have you. And I decided right then and there that the type of people that I believe that they are shouldn't be inhabiting this household while I'm here. So I was going to do everything I can to make sure that they're ousted. But it was definitely a difficult week.
Now, you made no secret that you want Shannon to go instead of Will.
Right.
Why is that?
She's probably the person that, out of the three, I can tolerate the least. And her actions this week definitely reflect that and reinforced the validity of my choice.
Do you have any fear of repercussions from the remaining members of Chilltown?
I would expect nothing less.
And you're prepared for that?
Well, as prepared as one can be under these circumstances. I mean, there's not really a whole lot that I can prepare for. When my time comes, as I'm sure it will eventually, you know, I'll be happy to leave. Until then, I'm going to do everything I can to see the remaining two members of Chilltown exit.
Who do you think is your closest ally in the house?
Well, it's actually split, probably between Nicole and Krista. I greatly admire their opinion and feel very close to them, and I feel that it's okay for me to share my feelings with them openly about touchy subjects within the house, about other household members, and that will remain in confidence for the most part.
Okay. What's the best part of being head of household?
You're looking at it. The bedroom with the privacy is unparalleled in this environment because you have no privacy at all whatsoever in this household. And this is the only time and place, being head of household, having this room that you basically have like a fortress of solitude that you can come, not have anyone bother you for the most part, and just kind of be at one with your thoughts.
All right. Well, thank you, Hardy.
Thank you.
You can rejoin your housemates now.
All right, thank you.
Sure. Here's how the eviction vote now stands. Mike and Krista have honored Shannon's request and voted her out. But will the group that calls themselves Top, or the other people, Bunky, Monica, Kent, and Nicole, thwart Shannon's plans as they've suggested by keeping her in the house another week? The eviction is just moments away. Welcome back to Big Brother. It took 26 days for Will and Shannon to fall for each other. Tonight, one will fall alone. Two house guests have cast their eviction votes, both for Shannon. The wild cards, Nicole, Kent, Monica, and Bunky. Will the group who calls themselves the other people vote out Will in order to make Shannon stay? We've kept the nominees in suspense long enough. House guests, the wait is finally over. Let's reveal the results. By a vote of 6-0, Shannon, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
Don't get upset. It's good. I asked for this. I bumped me. Oh, I will.
I just want to hug you.
Okay. Monica, take care of the grand. The godchildren for me, okay?
Okay. Take these out. See you.
Got a little rap for her.
See you, sweetie. Watch this toilet.
Congratulations.
Shannon. Yes, Mama.
Tell them what amazing cook I am so I get this
Oh,
job.
are you kidding me? You're gonna have a cookbook, baby. Don't worry about it.
Good luck.
Thank you, buddy.
Never
Baby,
You look
I got one last rap
fantabulous.
for you.
Uh-oh.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. I know you're leaving earlier than you were planning, but America's waiting for Mr. Groove, first name Shannon. We'll really miss you, but you can watch us on the telly. Make sure you go get some free chicken empanadas down at Belly. You worked out. Your smile was always glistening, so shape, glamour, and Mademoiselle, I hope you're listening. Walk out that door with all your pride. Don't matter what nobody think, because you're a queen on the inside.
Oh.
That's good.
No down on you, Bunky, though.
Miss you, baby.
I'll see you in a bucko 5, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Mama. Oh, don't cry.
How you doing, Queen?
Not at all.
You good on your shoulder, Mom?
Don't worry about it.
See you soon.
Keep smiling, okay? I'll see you in Lincoln in a bucko 5.
All right.
Hey, what's a bucko 5?
That means later.
Definitely. And what's the other one?
Sure.
Bijou. I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon.
I'm gonna be with
You
you.
be strong.
No sweat, okay? Bye, Mama. Whoa, it's way dark, guys, here. Am I leaving that open?
I'm going outside. Go ahead, smoke a cigarette.
You know, always got to go to the bathroom.
I have no smoke now.
Surprise! Hey, how are you doing? It's wonderful to finally meet you in person.
Yes, same here, please. Take a
Thank
seat.
you.
Even if you kind of thought it, it's hard, you know? It's hard to believe.
This show's whacked out.
Like you spend all that time with somebody, and then it's just over.
Gone.
They just, you voted out, you walk to the door, later.
Dude, let me tell you, she's a trooper, man. Her chin up, she
She's
picked
got
her
a
bags
smile.
up, walked out,
She's
you know?
like a Mouty.
I would have been.
Mouty. All right. You'll see her soon.
These Thursdays are intense.
They are. It really doesn't matter who walks out the door. It's intense. You spend this much time with somebody.
Now, Shannon, the moment you found out you were nominated for eviction, you openly campaigned in the House for people to vote you out. Why did you do that?
I thought it'd make it a lot easier on the other house guests. Eviction week is always tough for everyone. People walk on eggshells, and I don't feel any reason for it to be like that. I'm a happy person, and I want everyone around me to be happy all the time. I try to do things to make it that way. They don't always work out that way. And to make it easier on everybody in the house, I think it was the best thing to do.
Do you feel like you took the bullet for Will?
No, not exactly. There's things that I think need to be taken care of in the house, and I think...
Things or people?
No, not exactly.
Want
I
to
mean, the house
clarify?
is fun, but like Will said, there's a lot of downtime. People don't realize they see us sitting at the hot tub, sitting at the pool. They think it's all fun and games, but really there's, you know, a lot of downtime. There's not a lot to do, and you have to be creative, and some people aren't always receptive to that.
I have to talk to you about the toothbrush incident. You know I have to. Now, what was your intent when you took Hardy's toothbrush and you cleaned the toilet with it?
Well, you know, it reverts back to, you know, our childhood, adolescent days and military school. We did obnoxious, horrible things, and yeah, I'm ashamed of it. But, you know, people sit there and they think, how can adults do the horrible, weird psychological, goofy games that we do in the house, but it's boredom. It totally goes back to that. I'm embarrassed about it, but you know, just the things that you sit around and think up when you have nothing to do. It's like little kids, bunch of 4-year-olds running around.
Well, Big Brother saw you do it and told you you need to fess up because it's a health hazard. Now, if Big Brother did not tell you to do that, would you have allowed him to?
No, 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 no.
You would have allowed him to use it?
No.
Oh, no, you wouldn't have. You would have.
No,
okay.
no. I would have.
Do you think that secured your eviction tonight? That
no,
prank?
I don't, because I went to each person individually and asked them for their vote. Kent, I didn't have to ask him. I just had to be ornery to him. And
well, I'll tell you what. We're going to show you why some of your housemates voted the way they did.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Great.
I vote to evict Shannon because she is not a very nice person.
I would be scared to live in the house with Shannon in fear of her winning head of household and then making the rest of our lives a living hell.
I vote to evict Shannon because she asked me to.
Shannon asked me to vote for her, so that's what I'm going to do.
Shannon, I am really gonna miss you. I really appreciate all the time that you've taken with me and helping me out. I think that you are a good person. I'm glad for the time that we've got to speak to each other, and I wish you all the luck in the world.
What do you think? What got you in that? You looked actually teary from the moment you walked in, but this just put it over the top. What's going through your mind?
I'm always encouraging people to try to take care of themselves, do something positive in the community, contribute. And Nicole approached me, and Bunky had an interest as well of trying to get in shape and take care of themselves. And that made me happy because that's something I can give back to them. And Nicole has done a great job.
You know, Shannon, you did say that you always try and look for the positives in people. Yeah. What are some of the positives you saw in Nicole, for example?
As soon as I met Nicole, she spoke her mind. And I do that a lot, although it's to my detriment sometimes. And Nicole, the first week in the house, wasn't herself. She was very wrapped up in the whole game, and she finally came out the second week, and I loved her for it. Mm-hmm. And we worked out together all 4 weeks in the house, and she speaks her mind. She's a strong person. She does what she wants to, and I admire those qualities in a person.
Now, when you and Will were nominated, we asked each of you to record a message for the other one.
Yes.
And here's Will's message to you.
Shannon, having you in this house has been such a humbling experience because I realized that there was someone who was better than me in every way. More beautiful, more intelligent, funnier, wittier, smarter, everything you're better at than me. I miss you. I think the world of you. I'm in love with you. Your eviction will be avenged with great wrath. Count on it.
Where do you see this relationship with Will going?
You just never know. I've told everyone at Big Brother that if things are meant to be, they will happen. And there's a reason why, you know, things happen the way they do, and I just don't know.
We've heard multiple times Will tell you in the house that he loves you, but I don't think I've ever heard you say it back. I thought I heard you say it just now at the door when you were leaving. Did you whisper that to him?
No. Okay.
Why haven't you ever told him you love him back? You just...
I think the person that I am, I'm the hunter. As far as like, you just never know. I don't want to lead on as far as him on, but at the same time, I do have a lot of feelings for Will.
We've heard you talk about your boyfriend, Jim.
Yes.
Where does that relationship stand?
I don't know. And that's something that him and I need to discuss.
Well, Shannon, you'll be back in September when you will have the final word, along with the other evicted house guests, Cheryl, Autumn, and whoever else gets evicted. And as a group, you'll decide who is the last one standing.
Yes.
But for now, we have two people here who are dying to see you. Your parents here from San Antonio.
Hello, Papa. Oh, and you're wearing my shirt. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you, Julie.
You're welcome. Coming up, who will succeed Hardy as the next head of household and get the power to nominate 2 house guests for eviction? The battle lines are drawn as we watch the live head of household competition next. It is the ultimate position of power in the Big Brother house. It includes perks such as a private bedroom and the responsibility of nominating 2 house guests for eviction. Tonight, 7 house guests will compete for the head of household. Some have revenge on their minds, others, survival. The competition begins now. House guests, the power is up for grabs. Tonight's competition is called Higher, Lower. Hardy, as outgoing head of household, you're not eligible to compete this week. House guests, you will be blindfolded during this competition, and I'll ask a series of questions about you and the Big Brother house. The correct answers will either be higher or lower than the number I state in each of my questions. Now, when I say the word step, step up if you think the correct answer is higher, step down if you think it is lower. If you're correct, you'll return to the middle step and stay in the game. If you're wrong, I'll ask you to remove your blindfold and join Hardy. All right, everyone, put on your blindfolds and listen carefully because I'll ask each question only once. I'll wait till everyone has their blindfolds on. It looks like everyone does. Let's begin. First question. Is the number of cots in the house higher or lower than 3? I didn't say anything yet, Will. Please step. 3 are in the brown room, 1 in the blue bedroom, for a total of 4, so the answer is higher. Everyone stays in the game. Everyone got it right. Everyone, please step back to the middle step. Next question. Last week, America voted to give you a new toaster. Is the number of actual slots in that toaster higher or lower than 3? Please step. There are 2 slots that hold 4 slices of toast. Bunky is out. Will is out. Obviously, the answer was lower. Monica's out, and Krista is out. Those of you still in the game, please return to the middle step. Next question. This week, you had a laundry competition. Is the number of clothing items each of you was required to switch during that competition higher or lower than 4? Please step. You were required to switch 3 items, a hat, shirt, and shorts, so the answer is lower. You all got it right. You're all still in the game. Please step back to the middle step. Next question. Was the total number of tennis balls that you all caught during the last food challenge higher or lower than 35? Please step. You caught 33 out of 114 balls, so the answer is lower. But since you all got it wrong, you're all still in the game. Please all return to the middle step. Next question. Is the number of burners on the kitchen stove higher or lower than 3? Please step. There are 4 burners on the stove, so the answer is higher. Everyone got it right. Everyone's still in the game. Everyone, please step back to the middle step. Next question. The women recently outrode the men on a mechanical bull. In the first round, was the minimum number of seconds the men had to ride higher or lower than 15 seconds? Please step. The men had to ride for a total of 30 seconds, which means the answer is higher. Nicole, you've been eliminated from the game. And Mike, Kent, you're both still in the game. Please step back to the middle step. Actually, it's the sudden death question. So please remove your blindfolds. Grab your chalk and your chalkboard. Now, last week, you competed in the food competition, Catch of the Day. What was the total cost in dollars and cents of all the groceries you won? Now, whoever comes closest to the actual amount without going over wins. If both of you go over, whoever comes closest wins. Please stop writing. Now I'm going to ask one at a time. Mike, tell me your answer and then hold it up for me, would you?
$187.
Okay. Kent, tell me your answer and then hold it up.
$700.
Kent is the winner. The answer is $1,248.34. Congratulations, Kent. You are the new head of household. Enjoy your private bedroom, and you can get your key to that bedroom from Hardy. Thank you, everybody. And we'll be right back.
The house guests miss their loved ones.
I really, really do miss my grandmother.
I miss my 3 girls.
I miss my hubby, Greg.
I miss Lagan the most.
On an emotional level, if I could talk to one person, it would probably be my grandmother.
I miss my mother.
I've really been missing my husband.
I miss Buttercup, my tortoise.
Here's your chance to make a contribution to the Big Brother house. Which house guest would you like to see receive a 3-minute phone call from home? Bunky, Hardy, Kent, Krista, Mike, Monica, Nicole, Will. Call now to make your choice. 1-900-740-1000.
Saturday, Kent must nominate 2 house guests for eviction. Then on Tuesday, the anticipated eviction will loom as the 2 nominees battle to remain in the game. And next Thursday, I'll be back as the house guests vote to evict one of Kent's 2 nominees. For now, we leave you as we eavesdrop on the house. I'm Julie Chen. Good night.
You're not stupid.
That was, I don't know.
That's okay.
I know. I freaked out. I freaked out when
Can
you
we
sat
have a
down.
cigarette with you? How the household?
What was I thinking? I was thinking 15 seconds for some reason. I don't know why I
You
was
know it was
thinking
30.
that.
You were
I know
bitching
it was
about having to
30.
ride that.
I know it was 30.
Chris almost put a nail in my finger. We was like just holding hands like this.
Smart. He's not going to go over. Kent's going to go over. I thought it was 300.
What did I say to you?
Mike won.
Exactly.
Because Kent, I saw Kent 700, and I thought it was 300. I'm like, damn, Kent.
Yeah,
And then when you said 187, I'm like, oh, it's probably like 500 or something, but it doesn't matter because you didn't go over and he did.
I thought you went over completely.
It's the seafood.
What they say it was 1,000?
Yeah.
It was the
You know what we
seafood.
could have done? Then I thought, okay, how many people? 8 people? 9 people? And I'm thinking, how much would they spend per person?
Yeah.
So apparently
It was the
$100 per
seafood.
person.
It was the seafood.
Those crabs alone.
And shrimp.
I didn't even think about the seafood.
Really?
All I popped in my mind was pasta, bundt cakes, grapes,
Tuna.
tuna, and you know, there's nothing else in there. Those cheap cookies.